afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the next installment of my BFF show. And I'm so excited today because I've got another fabulous guest. But before we start, as per usual, if you want to put in the comments, hashtag live if you're watching this live, or hashtag replay if you're watching on later on in the event. Also, I'm a bit nosy. I like to know where people are watching from as well, as in location-wise. So are you in Sheffield? Are you in the UK? Are you in India? Are you in wherever you are in the world? I'd love to know where you're from, and also which platform you are watching from. Are you watching from Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn? Oh, it's not Twitter anymore, is it? It's X, LinkedIn, or wherever you are watching from, Facebook. So today is all about maximizing efficiency. And as business owners, and in particular accountants and bookkeepers, because that's who we are aiming this session at today, anything and everything where we can increase efficiencies is good. That's a good thing. So today we're going to be all talking about unlocking the power of working with outsourcing companies. So you probably already know me by now, but if you don't, I'm Beth Flanagan. I've been an accountant for 30 years, had my own practice, successfully sold it in 2022. I now run a business called BFF, Beth Flanagan Financial, and I coach and mentor accountants and bookkeepers to get their practice to be the best it can be. So this is very apt for the subject that we're talking about today. I'm joined by Preeti. Preeti, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Babe. So, hi guys, and yeah, for the today's session, I'm very excited because today I'm presenting the Ozark Co, and I'm the managing director of Ozark Co, and we are an outsourcing organization who is running our business through India and working with the several countries like UK, US, Australia, and New Zealand at the moment. We are providing our accounting, taxation, virtual assistant, and so on good services such as the IT and admin. So yeah, I think we are good to go for this session because we are going to talk a lot about the outsourcing and the benefits of it.
Yes, we definitely are. And as it says in the little ticker at the bottom, if you do have any questions throughout this live, let's use Preeti while she's on this call. So
definitely.
You've got the actual owner of an outsourcing company. So while she's here, it's later on. She's just told me it's 5:30 p.m. So obviously we're 12 p.m. in the UK here. So while we've got her on this live call, if you have any questions whatsoever about outsourcing, good, bad, ugly, whatever it needs to be, pop them in the chat box and I will message. I'll ask Preeti live on the call. So yes, amazing. Let's get started then. So outsourcing. Now, sometimes it's still seen as a little bit of a dirty word, isn't it? And they're like, oh, I can't outsource that. My clients won't like that. That's not ethical. Is it legal, etc.? So can you just explain to us what outsourcing actually is and why it would benefit UK accountants and bookkeepers?
Yeah, so I think you have raised a very good questions because most of the UK accountants, and not only the UK, like for all the countries, most of the accountants and bookkeeper are thinking that why we should outsource, whether it is legal or illegal or whether it is good. So outsourcing is something that you are dedicating your majority of tasks and you are just expanding your team. So do not think that the outsourcing is something that we really have to give a lot of efforts to some other organization. That organization is going to put and going to work with you. So how outsourcing is working in Ozark is we are not an external part of your your company or your firm. We are just your extension of your business. How we are working. And when we talk about the outsourcing, how we work is what your measure of the task or whatever the work you are just doing it yourself. It is not always good to be working that one man army, that you are doing your marketing, you are doing your end client catch up, and you are also doing your daily routine keeping and getting task as well. You are looking for the marketing and the rest stuff. So it's not always possible. So this is the reason that this outsourcing word has been come out, that you are going to delegate your work or your duties to some other person, and the only difference is that that person is not sitting in your office. He or she is going to be sit at some other location, but that is going to be more fruitful than your the person who is sitting in your office maybe sometimes. So outsourcing is something that you really need to be opt at least at once.
Yeah, and exactly like you just said there, it's having an extension of your team but just in a different location. But that's just like having somebody employed by you, but not sitting in your office. Since COVID days, a lot of people have got rid of their offices, haven't they? And a lot of people are still working from home, and it works really, really well. So even if somebody employees, they might not be in the same location as where, like, so I'm in Sheffield, in South Yorkshire, in England. That, you know, I might have got an employed member of staff that works in Manchester or that's in London. This is exactly the same. Obviously, they're not going to be employed. We're sort of partnering with Ozark Co and sort of using, if that's the right word, one of your team, and then your team member then becomes part of our team, and that's
exactly.
it becomes really, really powerful.
Yeah. So see, actually, this is something that, Ozark is empowering in the field of outsourcing, because we are not, treating the accounting firm that, okay, you are sitting to some other country or you are the external one. We are giving the accounting firm a chance that, consider our team members as your integral team members too. You can, include them in your team catch up, weekly catch up, and all of our existing clients are, practicing it. It is making their, work culture and their internal environment more better, because they are just talking with the outsourcing organization. They are also talking about their ideas, and their internal team ideas going to be gathered over there. So I think this is the best way to utilize the outsourcing, not considering it at the outsourcer one, but just consider them at your integral part of your organization.
Yeah, it's another part of the team. Exactly that. And like you've just said, it's and I know a lot of my clients, accounting clients, that use your company. And like one of them, Sharon, she won't mind me saying, like, she's used your company for 4 years, like worked with you for 4 years. And she has weekly meetings with your team. I've just got another member of one of my clients that's just, well, a couple actually, that are signing up with you, because they can see that they have got work coming out of their ears. Like, they're really good at what they're doing. They're really good at branding and getting out there and getting clients coming to them and having the good discovery calls and signing the clients up. And then it's like, right, I've got to do the work now. And when work comes on like that, and quite quick and fast, you've got to absolutely be your best and give your best service to your clients, to your business clients. However, and it's not a secret, employing people in the UK has been quite not very good in the last few years. And sometimes we need somebody quick. If we've just taken on a big, massive virtual finance director client, for example, we need somebody to help with the bookkeeping. We need somebody to do the management accounts. We need somebody to do the payroll. We need somebody to do the bank recs, the VAT returns, etc. So as the managing director and CEO, whatever you want to call yourself, as a business practice accounting, say, practice owner, we shouldn't be doing that work. If we want to grow and scale, we need other people to do it. So the beauty of using outsourcing companies like yourself is that you've already got the team readily available, that we don't have to train in accounting, because they're already qualified in accounting. They've already got experience of working with UK accounting businesses and accounting rules, and pretty quickly they can pick up, whether it's Xero, QuickBooks, whatever you're using. They can pretty much pick it up straight away and crack on with it. So that's really the beauty of it, to be honest with you. We've got a couple of hellos here, Preeti. Look, we've got Dave saying hi from Stockport. Hi, Dave.
Hey. Hi, Dave.
We've also got the lovely Heather as well. Hi, Heather. Thank you so much for joining us today. Using LinkedIn, so that's good. All right, so how long have you been doing this for, Preeti, and why do you love what you do?
I think you have been asked a very great question. Because I have been, doing this outsourcing from the very scratch for more than, 11 to 12 years. And from the very scratch, I have been, work with this outsourcing field, because earlier I have been, working with the different and, very good companies. And now later I have, built up that idea that, there are still some drawbacks, or maybe, some other UK charter firms are looking for some more benefits, so that they can utilize the outsource in the maximum and the optimum way. So this is the reason we have started our company few years back. And whatever the innovative ideas I was having in my mind when I was working with some other outsourcing organizations, we are just trying to put that in Ozark.
Yeah.
And whatever the best thing we are doing, all of our clients are also appreciating, and we are always open to get more ideas and whatever the feedback these guys are sharing, because this is really important to get it from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And this is something that because how I'm just working with the UK firms is, I'm having a lot of new entrepreneurs who recently started their practice,
Yeah.
and these guys were really struggling, especially if I talk about the strength they are looking in the outsourcing, and the cost saving, and other factors as well. And when I get in touch with the such type of enthusiastic entrepreneurs, then it recall me my journey, that how was I was in that shoes, and I was also planning that how we can start and how I can grow up on that page. So those clients are giving me the motivation to lead this business on a very top notch.
Yeah.
So this is something that from my customers or my clients, I'm getting the motivation to run it more better way. So I think this is all about my audience and my clients who are giving
So,
me these strengths.
so it's very rewarding for you seeing that accountants and bookkeepers that are using your services are getting their time back, and they know they've got the peace of mind that the work's being done. That's amazing. So what, I mean, we've mentioned it a little bit, but what are the main benefits of a UK accounting firm using yourself, using an outsourcing company in India?
Yeah, so if I'll talk about using outsourcing in India with Ozark Co, then
Obviously.
yeah, there are various benefits that I'm gonna talk. So the first one is that before you are going to buy anything in the market, sometimes before taking the price into the more consideration, we are looking for the quality that we are getting into the market. So this is what we are offering. We always prioritize quality over the quantity or over the pricing. So
Yes.
this is something definitely you are going to get it from there, because all of our processor and the experts are always available in our team who are going to work on your process. So that gives a different level of motivation to the entrepreneurs, that okay, already my data and my work is already in the hand of experts, so I really need not to be worried about just to do a very scratch review, or or a lot of efforts I need to be put on the review stage. So that is the another concern, that yeah, definitely you are going to very good quality. And second, of course, because this is the outsourcing, so definitely there will be a lot cost saving to your business, because if someone you are going to hire internally into your country, whether it is X, Y, or Z, definitely is going to be a a lot cost to you. But in outsourcing, the price is something that is going to be very and very low. So
I was going to ask you something about that. Now, this might be a bit controversial, but we've got to
yeah.
talk. We've got to be honest, haven't we? So I saw a LinkedIn post the other day. I'm obviously not going to say who it's from, but you may have read it, where an accountant said that they would not use an outsourcing company abroad because
Yeah.
it is cheap. I don't want to use that word cheap, but we don't go to you, Preeti, and say, right, I want an accountant and I'm only willing to pay whatever, £7 an hour or something. That's not how it works. So obviously we're in different countries. We have sort of different pay scales. So, what I'm trying to say is what you charge accountants and bookkeepers is correct in India. Like, your accountants are not getting underpaid, are they? Is what I'm saying. They're getting a good payment from you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So see, this pay scale is something that what exactly Ozark is offering. We are providing a customized service package too, because as I said that when we are working in the market with these several type of clients, so definitely I'm not always getting the one who is definitely looking for the huge team. So
Yes.
my price structure or the Ozark price structure is not always rigid. We are having like a part-time services, we are having a full-time services, we are also working with the transactional type of a clients. So we always customize our services, and many
Yes.
times we are launching our offers. Like recently we have launched our Christmas offer, where we have certainly reduced the price and also added some new services. Then we have launched our new year prices, and for this Valentine also we are going to launch some new offers to our clients
Oh,
as
very
well.
good.
So we always have something new for them. And this is not something that how some of the accountant think that okay, if price has been reduced, then there should be a lack in the services. So it's not always true. This is
Yeah.
something that okay, this is the special time when you can grab the services into a budget, whatever you are looking in the market. So this is something like this.
But your team are getting paid a good rate of pay in India is what I'm saying. Like, I don't want UK accountants thinking, because obviously the prices will always be cheaper than us employing somebody in the UK. I think sometimes it's a misconception that your team, your accountants, your bookkeepers and your payroll executives are not getting paid very much, but they are. They're getting paid a good rate of pay that is in India, in your country. Yeah.
If you see that, if I'm talking about that experts are going to tackle your data, these guys are going to process, definitely these guys will not be the cheaper one. These are the professionals who are having the expertise more than 3 or 5 years and plus on that. So definitely these guys are grabbing a very good package. So if they are considering that factor, then definitely you are getting experts to be working on, and these guys are getting very great package within India as well.
And that's a good thing that you just said as well, that so if, and I say this to everybody that I know, obviously, you know that I sold my practice a couple of years ago. If I ever did create and open up another accounting practice, that is what I do. I would be the face of the business. I would sell, I'd do the discovery calls, I'd get the clients on board. I would outsource because it's just so much more efficient and profitable to use an outsourcing company that, like you've just said, that your team will have got between 3 and 5 years experience already. So you're not just, and I'm not disputing don't take new people on in the UK. I'm just saying this is another way and another quick way of you getting somebody in very quick. Also, Dara says he agrees, as accountants, you need something which is time saving and efficient and adds value 100%. We don't want to be sitting here doing the nitty gritty day-to-day stuff, but because we need to be doing the more high level stuff, the more greater profitability level stuff, but we can't prepare management accounts, year-end accounts, etc., forecasts without the bookkeeping and everything being done. But you also said as well that there is options, and that's good as well, because I think sometimes people know that they're really busy, they know that they've got to do something to fill that capacity for the work that they've got workload coming out of their ears, and sometimes I think people may think that I don't think I've got enough work to have a full-time person, but you've got options like you've just said, haven't you? So can you just tell us a bit about the different options that you've got?
Because as I said that, we are also providing customized services. So this is something that if you are the initial stage of, you are growing your business exactly, So if you are not happy to, take the part-time or a full-time seat with us, or, whatever our existing package, so we are more than happy to customize it. And, we are having several accountants who are working with us, who are working on a transactional basis. And these guys are very happy because of course these guys are the on very initial stage. These guys are literally not having that much fun and work as well. Then why these guys are going to pay a lot amount to the outsourcing organization for whatever these guys are not getting. So this is always good to support such kind of entrepreneurs, and we are having those customized type of services, so that help accountants a lot. And because if you are taking like 2 or 3 days in a week, but you are getting all the features that other outsourcing providing. So this is something that this is something that these guys are taking a very great advantage.
So basically, as we grow, you grow, and as you grow, we grow. So it is a really good partnership. Now, before I go on to the next question, Heather, who I know very well, she's very lovely, she's got a question. So are you ready for this one?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So she's saying she thinks it's a good idea, but her thoughts are that it takes just as long to check work as to do it. I struggled to get my head around this, so this webinar is really useful. First of all, thank you very much, and I'm glad that you're getting value from this, Heather. Now, I know exactly what you mean, because I've been in this situation myself when I was in my practice. The workload was high. I had a lot of work to do, and sometimes you feel, and especially if you have had a bad outsourcing experience, because let's face it, Preeti, sorry if you can hear my dog outside, but I have an office in the garden. There are a lot of rubbish. Well, I'm going to say it. There are a lot of rubbish outsourcing companies out there, and I've tried them in the past. And exactly what Heather's saying here, I've then gone back and said I might as well just do it myself then. But that's not. They're not all. You're not all like that. Definitely not all like that. I think that because there is a talent shortage in the UK, and there has been for a few years, like we've said. I do personally feel, and I hope this is not too controversial, but I do personally feel that companies like yourselves, but not like yourselves, outsourcing, I mean, are just propping up and just saying, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this. And they're not GDPR compliant. They've not got all the checks in place. They've not got experienced and qualified staff. And therefore they're charging very cheap prices. And then people are thinking, oh, I'm going to go with them. Then they get bitten because they're not a proper outsourcing company. And then they're putting all outsourcing companies in the same hat, thinking they're all the same. 100% that is not the case. So just from my clients that I know that use Ozark, I know for a fact they cannot live without using Ozark, Heather, 100%. And I can even prove it to you. I can get the lady on another time and speak to you about it. But it's just like having a member staff, like we've said before. You do so they know exactly what to do with accounting. They know exactly how to produce a VAT return, do payroll, do year-end accounts, do management accounts. However, for them to work with you successfully, you have to tell them how you want it to be presented, what days you want them to work, which one's priority and things like that. But Ozark, like you'll tell us in a second, you have these things set up, these schedules, don't you, where you have the morning schedules, the afternoon schedules. The team in the UK, the accountants and bookkeepers have regular meetings with their team member in India. And by the way, just to let you know, everybody that's watching, you will have the same person. It's not like you're going to say, use Ozark for a part-time bookkeeping seat or a full-time accountant seat. They also do a grand seat as well, which is one person that does everything. So it won't be like 1 week it's one person, next week it's another person. You get your own dedicated member of staff. So the more you work with them, just like if you're employing somebody in the UK or outsourcing somebody in the UK, the more you work with them, the more they get used to you, the more you get used to them, and the better it gets over time. And that's the investment that you have to put in at the beginning of the relationship, of the partnership with whoever you're working with. That's right, isn't it? So I know I've rabbited on a bit there, but if you want to tell me a bit of your thoughts around Heather's question, please, Preeti.
Yeah, sure. And I think you have already mentioned everything that I was about to
Sorry.
tell in this session.
No,
that's really great. So I see, usually what happened when you are exactly right, because this is something that, when I was working with, some of the other outsourcing in my experience. So yeah, I was, facing some such questions from my clients directly that, that very frankly, Preeti, that, I'm going to pay this much amount. So what are the compliance you are following, and, what is the internal structure? Because sometimes, clients are not, very much happy to directly talk to the company, but they are more happy to talk to the processor or the person they are communicating.
Yeah.
So if I'll say is, if you are talking about the compliances, then definitely, because as I'm talking, that there are the experts who are sitting here to, tackle your data, who's going to work with you to, process your business, who is going to process everything for you. These guys are the experts one. And when you are deploying such kind of a very great experts in your team, you are, dealing with the different countries, you are, managing everything from here to there. So definitely this is, required to do all type of compliances. So strictly, if I'll say in Ozark, we are following GDPR and all IT acts as well, so that we can protect your data and, for other compliance as well. And if I'll talk about the pricing and, other thing, this is something which is, very fair. I would not say that, okay, I'm the one who is selling services on a very low prices. No, I'm not selling my services on a very low prices. I would say I'm selling everything with the very customized, structure, but on a very fair price. I won't say that, okay, my client is, coming here, who is, just going to start up his business, and the guy is already not having money. Then, how I gonna ask that, okay, I'm going to charge this much amount. So how we are designing our services in our packages, whatever the customized demand you are having, whatever the requirement is you are having, accordingly we are going to design your services, and that expert is going to work accordingly.
Yeah.
So this is, how we are maintaining it internally.
Yeah, definitely. And you get what you pay for, don't you? That goes without saying for anything. If you pay cheap, you get crap, basically. You get cheap. But with what Heather's saying about it takes just as long to check the work, that would be exactly the same if you got somebody in-house, that you would still have to check the work initially. then the
Yeah.
familiarity comes in, like I've just said. But with Ozark, they already have the experience and the qualifications, so people know exactly what they're doing. It's just, it
Yeah.
might just be you just need to tell them what format it is. And like I said, I've got many clients that are using this company already, and they literally can't live without them. So and the check.
And yeah, I would like to add one more thing, because some of the accountants are little conscious that okay, we are delivering this data. I have not giving any type of a training for the Zero or the QuickBook, how that guy is fully capable to do those manage those tasks. So this is something that is the additional Zach has added in the field of outsourcing, because we are providing the expert, and along with that expert, we are also added a complimentary services for as a review, that whatever is coming on your desk, that is going to be reviewed internally on a very quick basis, so that neither you have to devote a lot of time just to review that task, or to just to wait for that one.
Yeah.
So this is something that Ozark is doing very well. So I would say we are not just talking about how we are doing outsourcing at Ozark, we are talking that how we are doing outstanding at Ozark.
Oh, I like that. It's not just outsourcing, it's outstanding outsourcing. That is really good.
Right.
And that's definitely what I've heard from your clients as well. So what else was I going to say? I've got quite a few more questions for you, but what would you say to anybody that has just had a really, really rubbish December and January, obviously self-assessment tax return deadline here in the UK, and they want to make things better this year, but they're still a little bit on the fence about using an outsourcing company? What would you say to them?
So I think first of all, I will, really appreciate to those accountants, because the tax season is something which is really always on our head. So, but if we guys have completed everything, then yeah, many congratulations for that. Just to complete that one more deadline, and I would say that this is the exactly the right time to jump up on outsourcing. I won't say that yeah, okay, if you are not having a need, don't give it a try. I would say give it a try at least, because sometimes it happens that if you have already taken a trial and later on you are finding a really emergency for that type of a services, you really need not to go in the market from here to there. You already have taken a trial, you are already having a person in your mind that okay, if Ozark is always here, then yeah, I would go there for my extension of my services. So I would say this is the right time. Try an outsourcing organization. Try to take, and I would say that we are having this free 3 days free trial, that we talk that before buy, always give it a try. So try our services. Try to just try give it a try for the trial, and if you are happy, only then you have to onboard our services. So there is no a hardened or rigid rule that anyhow you have to join us and grab our services. First test our services. If you are happy with everything, only then you have to come with us for a long term contract, or whatever the period you are going to be happy to work with us.
That was my next question, so that moves on nicely to that. So I hear
Okay.
that you have a try before
Yeah.
you buy.
Yeah.
So this is right then. So if I'm an accountant or a bookkeeper, I run my own practice, and I'm thinking, do you know what? This all sounds really good. Is it too good to be true? I'll only know if I find out myself. So I can come to you, contact you, and you will give me a 3-day free. You don't
Free
charge
trial.
period
No.
of any work, whether that's bookkeeping, year end. How does that work?
So see, whatever how it work is that whatever the type of a seat or whatever the work you are looking to get done by the outsourcing partner, we always ask that within those 3 days, give it a heart to heart job, or whatever the task you're having on your to do list,
To
and
test
test our
you.
services.
Test you.
Yeah, we are just giving an open challenge that yeah, please test us, that whether we are going to compete with your services, whether we are on a very right track to make you happy with our services. And if you are happy, only then you have to come and take and onboard our service only on that page. We are not going to ask you that on the very first day you have to pay the amount and you just start taking the services. No, always test our services first.
Amazing.
If you are happy, only then you have to onboard us.
And what sort of is it 3 months? Am I correct in saying that? I know you said you're quite flexible for different accountants, and this is why you're good, because you can bespoke your services to each individual accountant. But if say I wanted to sign up with you, what's the minimum fee that I need to sign up with you for?
So if you are talking about the fee, then definitely it's going to be depend what type of work you are going to
Okay.
allocate. And if you are talking about the tenure, there is no tenure that, for whatever the, period you can sign up with our services. There is a, little notice period that you need to serve, because sometimes it happens that, either accountant is, switching their firm, or these guys are, getting partners separated in the business. So
Yes.
in that case, we always understand the scenario of our clients. So in that case, you just need to serve a little notice.
See, and that goes without saying, usually for anything, doesn't it? You've got to give notice.
Yeah.
If you change phone providers, you've got to give them a little notice. The reason I ask that is because I know of other outsourcing providers that want you to sign up to 1 year, 2 years. You would like that, obviously, wouldn't you? But that's not, you don't have to. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Yeah, no, we are not having any compulsion to sign any term of, contract. This is,
Brilliant.
totally a open stage for all the clients. So whatever the tenure you're happy to work, yeah, you can do.
However, like we said before, I know clients that's worked with you for 4 years and they wouldn't go anywhere else now. So that just shows you.
Yeah. And
Loyal.
this is the main fact that, if you are giving a great services to your client, that client is never, going here or there. Definitely that client is going to be stay with you for a longer period.
Yes.
We are having so many clients who are working more than 3 or 4 years with us, and they have, never signed us none of those, long-term contract with us. So this is something that, if we are providing our services, make the client get contracted just because of your services, not by the, specific on writing on the paper. That is not making any sense in the outsourcing for themselves.
Exactly. And Dara's put as well that sometimes outsourcing provides the round the clock service. I know you work UK hours, which is good. So that's looks like, you can, if you have got a bit of a heavy workload, that you can help with that to catch it up very quickly, which is very good. And as he said, good to keep the clients happy. We always have to keep the clients happy, 100%.
Yeah.
They stay with
Right.
us, and then they will refer us to other people as well. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, and I know it is. One more thing I wanted to say as well is, if you accountants and bookkeepers are watching this right now as well, another thing that Ozark do, and I'm not sure if others do this, but what my clients are really benefiting from, that you actually have access to the client's client, what do you call it, client management software, the CRMs and stuff, that so like Client Engager and things like that. So you have, because you're an extension of our team, so why wouldn't you have access? That's fine. And what my clients are seeing massive benefits of, not only that you're helping with the all-round accounting, whether it's the corporation tax return, self-assessment, bookkeeping, etc., VAT returns, that your team are then helping them also to then upload the documents to Client Engager, for example, and
Yep.
the accountant's already got sort of the draft canned response, like an email type thing ready, saying, here's your VAT return, it's ready for submission, can you please give me your approval, or whatever your wording is. So as outsourcing to yourselves, that comes part of that, doesn't it? Because it's part of that VAT return process and stuff like that. So I know that some of my clients are loving that, because that's giving them so much time back, the little admin sides of it that comes part and parcel of accounting functions.
Yeah, and I think you have revealed all the internal structure that how we guys are working. And I think because, as again and again, I'm emphasized on a word, that is, we are working with experts.
Yes.
And when an expert is working on your process, you really need not to be, worried that, okay, my client has uploaded the document, I have to remind to my team, or, if I have to send the emails, then I have to, send it to the end client, and I have to take the reply back, I have to send the deadline. There are a lot of admin tasks as well.
Yes.
And when an expert is managing your work, your, all process, he or she is, totally aware that, how I have to maintain it, what time of a deadline I have to remind to my XYZ client, and how to take it, from in the priority list from the due date. So this is something that, already being maintained at the outsourcing partner at Ozark. So this is something, this is the main advantage that we are offering to our client. We are not just, doing that, okay, the bookkeeping task has been done, so can you please take it from there?
Else. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
everything is,
all
coming
service.
from there. Yeah, so this is not the way that how we are working. That I don't think that, it is actually accomplishing the main terminology of that outsource. So how we have redefined is that if you are outsourcing your process, we are going to maintain it from the level 1 to level 100. So
Yeah.
everything is going to be maintained at our office only.
And this is one of my last questions I was going to ask you is how are you different to the other outsourcing companies in India, Pakistan, Philippines? The outsourcing companies are everywhere. And I'll let you answer that in a sec. But for me, that's one of the massive things. The fact that you're not just doing, right, here, Bev, I've done your VAT return. Now you go and pass that to the client to get approved and you press the button to send it. That to me saves so much time. And because your team are constantly in communication with the accountant, as the owner of the accounting firm, where you're up to, who's doing what, and where everything is. So that's the peace of mind. We are having you to log into different systems and find out. And the fact that you are really sort of in the 21st century, like you're using Slack to communicate with the team here in the UK and stuff like that. So that is amazing to me. But what else differentiates you from other outsourcing firms? Why should somebody come and use us?
Yeah, so I would say that if you are really looking for some, automated process, looking to grow your organization with, new advancement of, current economy, because, I would say that if you are not growing with the economy, you are not launching a new concept in your business, then I don't think that we are, on a right way of growth. So I would say if you are looking for something new in your business, you are looking that, okay, I really would like to, grow my business the way I'm thinking, then you must give it a try at outsourcing it to Ozark, because we are not, just helping your process or, just to do those year-end and bookkeeping tasks and some other stuff. We are also helping you to grow your business, because till then you are juggling that, doing your all the stuff, all alone in your office. You are not, able to focus on your marketing and, your other stuff. We are having a several clients who have, onboarded us 2 or 3 years back, and these guys were on the, same page, because these guys were doing everything at alone. But the day they have joined our outsourcing organization, so these guys are, fully capable to, lead their team, and these guys were having a numerous client. These guys were able to, focus on their marketing perspective as well. There are, a lot of factors that, we really need to, see when you are doing a business in a global market. So if you are really looking for a great growth, then I would say, just good to go, and this is the right time to get connected with you, Zark.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Like I've said before, I mean, people are still on the fence a little bit. It's true. People think it's not right to do it. People love it. It's like Marmite. You've probably never heard of Marmite, have you, Preeti? Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
You do? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You either like it or you don't. What I'm saying now is, if you are an accountant or a bookkeeper, you're listening to this, whether it's live or later on after the event, if you're struggling right now, or you want to make 2024 better, you want to make it more efficient, you're struggling to find any team members in the UK, why not just contact Preeti or myself? I can then pass it on to Preeti. She's doing a free trial for 3 days. That's really, really generous. And you can throw anything to them so they can prove to you that this works. If you find after the 3 days you don't like it, you didn't get on with it, which you won't, by the way, but if for whatever reason you didn't, that's it. You have no obligation. You've not spent any money, nothing. There's nothing to lose. But like I keep saying, if I did set another accounting practice up myself, I would absolutely do this. And I'm not just saying this, you know me, who follow me, I would not say things that I don't mean. And, it's a win-win situation. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And thank you, Preeti. One last thing, how can people contact you if they want to find out more information?
Yeah, so either, you can refer us on our different social media platforms in the name of the Ozark Co. And you can also communicate on contact numbers so that you can take it from our website, or either you can email us on info@theozarkandcompany.com. So yeah, there are, several platforms. So from anywhere you can pick it from there, and yeah, good to go, and, give it a try for
So
the outsourcing.
you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook as well, aren't you? So
Facebook, yeah.
Direct message you as well through there.
Yeah, sure. Anytime.
Amazing. Anything else do you want to add, Preeti, before we go?
I would say that, just to give it a try. and you are definitely going to enjoy this outsourcing at Ozark, because this is not something that is very basic in Ozark. Because we are, giving you a chance to have another team, because you will definitely not having a headache that, okay, if I have to scale up or scale down, then how I'm going to manage with my internal accountant. If you are working with outsourcing at Ozark, you really need to be get free from there. You are definitely going to be get a very great expert to be work with you. There will be a lot of ideas coming in and out. So
Yes.
this is the right platform to
Yeah.
add on in your business growth. So yeah, I'm more than happy to get connected with the other peoples as well, and if any of them are having any inquiries, then yeah, we are happy to take it from there.
Amazing. And I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do one of these again and we'll get some of your team members on. So it's not,
Yeah,
obviously,
sure.
I can say you're brilliant. I can get clients to say you're brilliant. You can say you're brilliant, but let's talk to your team members, that the ones that do
Yeah.
bookkeeping and payroll and year-end accounts. So we'll do this again and get some of
Yep.
your team on here so that they can tell us exactly what they do and why they love working with UK bookkeepers and accountants. Thank
Yeah,
you.
my team is very excited for that also. Yeah.
Brilliant. And I can't wait for that. We'll get the dates out for that as soon as possible. But thanks again, everybody, for watching. And let's not end the conversation here. Let's keep it going. Contact Preeti. She's, as you can see, she's a very lovely person. She speaks better English than I do. So that's not a problem.
Okay.
All right. See you soon, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, babe. Bye.
No problem.